Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. We're in the kitchen, it's Foodie Friday, and I thought I would show you this. Now this is a cookery book which is from the 70s, which is 50 odd years ago now, which is crazy, in fact 55 years ago. And this book was one of my mother's, and inside it, which I can just sort of show you, she kept and saved lots and lots and lots of recipes and things from different magazines and things that came out. And if they were good recipes, she would use them. And I remember growing up with so many recipes. Now, one of these, let me just put this to one side. Right, one of these is a Mary Berry. So this is 55 years old, came in a magazine, Family Circle, so you know, long time ago. And in there they've got a series of fast cakes. So I thought I would make some muffins with this sort of recipe, because the only thing with the recipes are really good because they use less ingredients, as in expensive ingredients, more flour, less fats and sugars. So I thought I would try it and see, but I thought I'd swip it around a bit and use it with some muffins, because the only thing is that the oven time is a long time. So it's a little bit of an experiment, a little bit of a twist on it. I will put the recipe down for you, but we need, I'm going to turn you down so you can, let me just turn you down so that you can be on my, let's just get that in like that, and hopefully you should be now into my bowl. Yes, you're into my bowl, fantastic. So what we need to do, I've got the recipe to one side. We need to put 5 ounces or 150 grams of softened margarine. Didn't use butter in those days, so I'm using like cooking, which is fine. I'm going to soften it in the microwave just a little bit, so not a huge amount. I've got my coffee on the side there, so let me just put that in there for, and I take my grill out because I've got a range, so I have my oven there. So I'm just going to put it in for maybe 20, 30 seconds. Okay, so into the bowl we need to put the all the ingredients into the bowl. Well, there we go. You don't have to mix any of this up at all. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So sugar, we need to have, and I'm reading this down on here, 5 ounces or 150 grams of sugar. So that goes into the bowl. Then we need to have, I'm going to put my sugar and my fat in next, which has just melted a little bit, which is going to be fine. So we need to put the, just put this in here, the melted butter in on here, and I'm going to mix that up in first. So let's just mix that up in so you can see, you want to have that really sort of mixed in quite well. Okay, then we need to add the eggs. So let me just add 2 eggs. Put that in there. So again, I can just mix that up. And it's quite a wet mixture at the moment, which is fine. Just mixing that in. And then we need to add the flour. So I've got, oh, actually, no. I've got left over the brandy mincemeat, which I've had in the fridge, so it will last. And I've got about half a jar. So I'm going to put that in because I want to have this that you can use up. You can put in currants. You can put in, what could you put in? Cherries. You could put in chocolate chips. You can put in whatever you want. This is really just sort of using up, because it's only using 2 eggs and 5 ounces of sugar and fat. So it's not an expensive recipe, and as I say, I'm doing it in muffin cases because then the cooking time will be a lot smaller. And so I'm going to mix this in first. So that's my mincemeat to go in here. And as I say, it's not a huge amount, but it's just enough to mix in nicely like that. You could add some nuts to it as well if you wanted to, which I think might be quite nice. I've got some flaked almonds that we were using, so I'm just going to sprinkle, how many, I don't know, a couple of ounces of flaked almonds, probably not even that, just a couple of handfuls. And again, it's showing that you can use whatever you want for your cake recipes. You don't need to use a lot. Now I'm doing this while I've got my wet ingredients before I add the flour, because the flour, we need to make sure, now I'm putting the flour in like this, and I'm also going to add, which I hadn't put and it hasn't got on there, but I'm going to add, because it'll be an extra bit of raising agent. Now I have got the flour is self-raising flour, which you have in the UK. So I'm putting in a level teaspoonful of baking powder just to give it an extra raise, because if you're using quite a few what I call wet ingredients, you want to have everything as much raising agent as you can. So I'm just going to mix this all in. But as you can see, it makes quite a lot actually. It's probably more than I've got in, I've done a dozen cake cases. So we'll have a look and see whether that will go in there or whether I need to do, it will do more than a dozen. I think it'll probably do a dozen, but we'll have to see. So I'm just mixing this in. And it comes into, it's quite a nice mixture. Now I will put, as I always do, I put my ingredients in the description box. So, you know, do have a look down there. You will find this in the description box. So hopefully you can then have a go and try. Okay, so you can see that it's nice and mixed in. I think I've just slid down a bit, have I? Hold on, let me just turn myself in just a tad. That's because I needed to be there in the middle. Right, so I hope I didn't slide off too much while I was mixing. And I've now got the cake cases here. And what we need to do is we need to put the mixture in. Let me just put that there. And I will get so I am going to roll my sleeves up, and I've got a dessert spoon, and I'm going to put a dessert spoon in on each one. Let's see if we can get this in. So these are just little muffin cases. Put that in like that. And as I say, you can put anything you want in the mixture. So if you want chocolate chips, you can have chocolate chips. If you've got any leftover bits of fruit, you could put apple. If you've got banana, you can put some banana. You can really just take whatever you want. As you know, for me, I have lots of mincemeat and stuff over from Christmas, and so we did something with that the other week, and I keep everything in the fridge carefully. So I'm just going to take this like this to put them in. And this is where I was talking to one of my subscribers, was leaving a thing turning around and saying, I fast forward, double speed it. So if you're at a double speed bit, you can double speed it now, because I'm just going to put all of these in, and then we're going to put it in the oven. The oven is preheated to gas mark 5, 180 centigrade. I don't know in any other ones, you'll have to look at the conversions, but I think yes, it is going to go, the mixture will go into will do 12, and they'll do 12 quite big ones. So I will be back. I'm going to pop them in the oven, and I'll be back when they're cooked. I think they will probably take 10 to 15 minutes, but we'll have, let me just bring you up like that. Okay, so 10 to 15 minutes, I will be back, and we'll see what we've got. Hello, well, they've come out of the oven. I've just put them on the side to cool. What I would say is they're beautiful. They are really absolutely lovely. They're a darker colour because of the mincemeat, and let me just bring you up so you can see me. Okay, so they are a bit darker because, as I said, because of the mincemeat. However, I've just, let me break one in half on here. So that's the texture inside, lovely and fluffy. And they, let's taste one. Don't speak with your mouth full. They are delicious. You could actually put some quite moist stuff in there. Excuse me. So you could put some apple. Excuse me, some apple, some carrot. In fact, I might try one in a few weeks' time, because I'm going to do some savoury ones, because I've just been using up stuff to do sweet stuff. But I might try something with a carrot cake. So some carrot muffins or something like that, which I think might be quite nice, but really delicious. As I say, they are a darker consistency because of the mincemeat, because the mincemeat's quite cool. You could always do, if you wanted to, like that, you could always put some frosting or something like that on there. They aren't overly sweet, which I think is really rather nice. So, lovely little recipe for you. I will put it down below. It is a quick and easy recipe back from 55 years ago, which I think is quite good, because I don't make my cakes like that now. I do use more fat and more sugar, but it's a way of going back to how we used to cook, not using things that were quite so expensive. So, hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.